or live or on the replay, whether it's Friday or next Tuesday, whether it's July of 2028. I'm glad that you're here with me today. Thank you so much for joining. And this is our coffee and conversations on the porch on Friday mornings in June of 2027. And I will not be doing conversations on the porch after June 2027, taking a hiatus, perhaps till September. And so that makes it extra special. Each time we're together, it's just like, okay, all right. So this is really cool. I'm really happy to be here. There's several different things I've been thinking about talking about. I don't have any set agenda. I'm thrilled that Entreaty by Rhonda came by and left a comment. Comments always make me happy. But if there's anything in particular you would like to chat about, put it in the comments, as well as greeting each other and greeting me and greeting the day. I have about a gajillion things I would like to talk about. Judith, yay, Judith is here. Hi, Judith. I'm really grateful that you're here. Judith, my dear friend from Canada. I've had quite an international day today. Yes. So, anything you would like to chat about beyond saying good morning? Good morning is a great place to start. Good morning, love. Good morning, loves. Good morning, Friday. Good morning, one and all. So grateful for you all liking the video. Um, I have had a totally international day, so I'll run there for a moment. I talk about a couple things quite regularly that are maybe unfamiliar to you. One of those is using Focus Mate. Focus Mate is a website that I use to co-work. And what that means is I do my work and someone else does their work. And we can be any place in the world and we report in. We start with, hey, I'm doing this. They say, hey, I'm doing that. And I say, fantastic. And I reinforce them and back and forth. My first session of the day was with someone I had not met before. His name was Ben, and he was in Tehran. Yay, Catherine, you are awake. So I was face to screen with a young man in Tehran. Tehran is in Iran. So that was just like, oh, I have worked with people in the Ukraine. And that's also, it always just tugs my heart to speak with people who are in wartime areas. So hi, Swantail. So nice to see you. I'm glad you joined us on the live. Swantails is fairly new to the channel, y'all. So if you want to say a nice welcome to Swantails, that would be great. I love some swans. So that's how my day started. My day started bright and early, chatting with someone working across the screen from someone in Tehran, Iran, which was ridiculously wonderful. And then my session right after that gentleman from in Iran, I worked with someone from. So, what country, just a little trivia, what country would someone be from that would make my heart go, ugh, again? That would be a young man, youngish. He wasn't as young as Ben, a youngish man from Tel Aviv. Tel Aviv is in Israel. I felt like a human bridge connecting these people. Tehran to Tel Aviv to Julie. Tehran to Julie to Tel Aviv. It was just, I was mind blowing. Mind blowing. Look at all these fabulous people. I love when y'all greet each other. I love when you all show up. I love coming here with no agenda. um, so it's really wonderful. Catherine's greeting Swantail. Swantail's greeting Rhonda. Judith is sharing my, oh my gosh. Oh, and Catherine read my good morning. Yeah. So what Catherine is stating, she said, I read this on your good morning, y'all love on Facebook. I do say good morning, love on Facebook. I love the y'all added to it because I do say y'all. I was filled with such wonder this morning, and I had such a fantastic day yesterday. I posted on my community post today on YouTube. I'm just like, I can't even wrap words around the wonder of yesterday. I can't. I can't wordify it yet. And as a writer, since I am a writer, many of you may know that sometimes, even for us writers, writing doesn't come that quickly. I took up watercolor painting because there's times when words may come in, but sometimes they come in too fast and furious, and I don't want to throw those fast and furious words at the moment. So it was glimmers galore yesterday, and I will be sharing. Judith says, I would love to say y'all, but it would look very weird as a French Canadian. I would love to hear sometime, Judith, if you would just say y'all so I could hear it, what a French Canadian sounding voice would say y'all. A little known history. Um, my my great grandfather was French Canadian. Um, yes. So the Bonnie side of the family, Bonney, Bonnie. His name wasn't Bonnie when he came to Canada, but that's what it's like Dubonnet or something like that before he landed in Canada. So hi CL, so good to see you. Look at all these fabulous people. Please get coffee. I would say Swantails, coffee is very welcome in this live stream. This coffee cup came from, or mug, I guess, came from a woman who was my spiritual mother. She passed away, and her daughter gave me this coffee mug. It is made from Lenox, and I have many wonderful childhood memories with Lenox china. In fact, my wedding china was Lenox china because of this woman, the woman who had this mug. Coffee is very good. I had you to say it, girl. You're so funny, Catherine. Hey, Jason. Yeah, yeah. Welcome. This is a coffee-friendly location. We love coffee. I drink my coffee plain. See that dark color? I drink my coffee plain with cinnamon. So, a little bit of cinnamon right in the grinds, and it is fabulous. Yeah, Jason's also known as Okie. Okie's Eaten. Okie's Eaten, so glad to see you here this morning. I would say Jason is one of the very generous people here in YouTube who really supports and honors other creators, which is so wonderful. So, welcome. It's always an honor to have you arrive. Cheers. Coffee cheers. So this is our fabulous no topic live. We just come in and flow. So what is exciting? Yes, I know, Catherine. Yeah, it helps with my blood sugar. And in fact, well, I'll mention health a little bit here. So I have let's see, I have a disease called valley fever, which comes from mostly California, Texas, and Arizona. It comes from fungus in the soil. Not very well known here on the East Coast. And I have this disease and I'm taking care of it. I have a little flare up going on and I'm taking care of it. And the reason that I even bring it up is because it makes me really conscious of things, conscious of like, how's my blood doing? How are things faring in my body? And I will be happy to say that while this disease almost pushed me over the edge to the other side in 2019, I feel more alive and vital now at my ever rising age of 64 than I have in such a long time. It's absolutely phenomenal. So I am so grateful. I'm so grateful for each and all of you. I don't know if you notice I'm in a different part of the porch to give you a slightly different view. I didn't want my head to look like it was being intersected by that post in my porch though. So, oh, let's do this way. This is my neighbor's house over here. And this neighbor is famous for being my bear friend because she has helped me with my bear. She's helped me with bear cleanup. One time she notably came to my door when I was working in my office, which is right next to the front door. She came, banged down the door, and said, "The bear is under your porch." The bear was hiding under the house, broke his way through. And then when I looked out the door, this is like dramatic retelling. I open here, I'll give you a little tour. So I looked out this door right here. I poked my head out and I looked around the corner to right here. And what I saw was an enormous bear, bear head. This wasn't an enormous bear. This was a cub, but a bear head. Like, hey, it's you. Hi, Mama Bear. And I literally grabbed my neighbor and pulled her through the door. And her car was running. I mean, she was coming to protect Granny from the bear. This is I mean, these are things that I never could have imagined I would experience in my life. When I was sitting in that hospital room, in that hospital bed, in the intensive care unit, if you had told me that I would wind up making friends with bears, I would I would say, "Are you nuts? That'll never happen to me. Are you kidding?" And I'm here to tell the story. Yeah, hi bear, Babu. I named the bear Babu. And what's so funny is that people okay, so let me go further. So right here, here's your little tour of Julie World. There's the church. Now, some of you know, and some of you may not know, that I live in a manse, which is a pastor's home at this church. I am the mother of the pastor who used to be the pastor of this church. She's since moved. Hey, hi, Alia. Um, she has since moved, and I'm still here. It's a long, wonderful story, and I will, for my whole of my life, be I'm gonna cry, incredibly grateful for the time that I've had here. I would never have expected any of this. So good to see everyone. Deep breaths. So, welcome to our conversations. And if you haven't yet, if you would like this video, I would appreciate that. I'm grateful if you slip in, if you slip in or skip in, anytime of any day, whether it's live or on the replay, 3 years from now, never. I'm happy for your presence. I'm thrilled with the contributions that you make. And if you are here on the replay, I will be responding to you in the comments. I always love coming back and seeing what you have to contribute. So everyone is welcome here. So I'm going to ask a question and you can answer in the comments if you would like. I'm curious to know what you're looking forward to right now. What are you looking forward to right now? Thank you for the hearts, whomever's doing that. I love getting hearts. Um, what are you looking forward to? Do you have anything going on this weekend? I'm doing an experiment, several experiments this weekend for my 26 quirky experiments. Thank you. I just got my hair done. And what I really like is I said, I want some more face framing, please. And she did a great job with the face framing. One of the reasons why I have my face framed is because of this. I don't know if you can see it in this lighting. No, it really doesn't show up. Oh, there it shows a little more. I have a heart-shaped scar on my face, which I love. I love that it's shaped like a heart, but sometimes it gets more attention than necessary. Like when I have my hair in a ponytail and people can see it. People sometimes feel awkward about asking, but they're curious how I got that heart-shaped scar on my face. Oh, your husband's been in Albany. Judith, that's not far from me. That's not far from me. Albany's about guess 2 or 3 hours away, which in Julie time is nothing. I drove 4 hours to get to the doctor this week, so thank you, Swan Tails. I'm glad that you like the energy. I try to bring it, as the saying goes. So we'll be here for about 15 more minutes, just to let you know if you're curious. How long is that live going to last? It's going to last. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, Catherine's looking forward to breakfast on the lake, and I just learned that Judith and I are about 9 hours apart as the driving goes. Isn't that amazing? She's in another country, and we're about 9 hours apart. That's just fantastic. I actually went to Quebec when I was a little girl. We went to Quebec 2 summers in a row, and we went to car racing at a place called, if I can remember it, it's outside of Montreal. And it was hard for me as a little girl because, hello, I speak English, and most of the children at the campground spoke French. And I got very lonely. I know. Can you believe that? 9 hours apart. I probably live closer to you than to a lot of the people on this live stream. So, so you're looking forward to breakfast. We're looking forward to our husbands coming home. Not my husbands, but Judith's husbands. Anything else would be great. I always think that having something to look forward to is really great for the mental health. So, oh, you're pulling out the sanders this weekend. Oh my goodness, CL is pulling out the power tools. That's awesome. That's great. Having something to look forward to is really, really good for the mental health. And that's one of the reasons why I love my consistency projects. If you watch, I posted for the first time ever, I posted a morning walk within an hour of actually taking that walk. And it's a different kind of morning walk. I calling it a whisper walk because I whisper instead of talk out loud. And I'm doing a walking experiment in the morning. So I have that to look forward to every morning. And I'm just walking down the street. We're not going on any fancy trails or anything, but we do encounter a tree hug. So that's one of my experiments. And it's also a consistency project. So the hug, hugging the tree, which is that way down the street, um, that hugging that tree brought back memories of the first time I hugged it. If you watch the short, you'll find out what that was. And I did a and I did that during my consistency project of hugging trees, 377 trees for 377 days, which was incredibly healing. And I didn't even know when I started that consistency project how much I would need that, how much I would need having something to look forward to every single day. On one of these Fridays, about a month ago ish, I wrote haiku live, and I wrote haiku not live, but beforehand for members of this community. And the reason why, and then I went for a walk and I wrote haiku on the walk. That's also in my morning walk diaries playlist. And Kay and Rose said, "How do you do that so fast?" Because I'm just like, these are syllables. I'm counting the syllables. And I said, I've written so many haiku. Hey, there's Kay and Rose right when I'm mentioning them. And it's like, I'm so used to writing like that. I'm so used to writing so many, doing that consistency practice for such a long time, for over a year, every single day really helps. So fantastic you popped in at exactly the right time, Kay and Row, and look at all that love. Look at all that love. Okay, so thank you. Okay, so thanks, Judith. Judith said, I would love to have a handwritten haiku from Julie. I put my name in for the draw at your upcoming party. I will do that. So what Judith is talking about is that my practical neighbor who lives 9 hours from where I am right now in Canada, I could get my car and drive up there. I'm not going to do that though, Judith. Your husband's coming home, so I'll honor that. But what Judith is talking about is I right now have 800, well, at least when I came live today, I had 894 subscribers. 894 subscribers, which to some of y'all is probably like nothing. Like, oh, wow, Julie. This is huge for me. And when I get six more subscribers, when I get up to 900, I'm going to have a live party to celebrate and I want to do a giveaway. So I want to be I want to give out giveaways. And so one of my ideas was to have a handwritten haiku written and on an index card art piece. And good morning.
Morning, Julie.
How are you doing, Jackie?
Good, thanks. How are you?
I'm doing great. A lovely morning.
Yeah, it is. Yep, enjoy.
You too.
Thank you.
Thank you, CL. Jackie was just walking by, one of my walking friends. Um, so I want to give giveaways. So I'm going to make index card art with haiku and I will mail it. I'll actually have envelopes with me during the party, stamped, ready to go. I mean, things like this really get me excited. Thank you. Thank you so much. Also, I'm open to other prizes. If people would like to have, say, for some of you who don't know that I am actually a creativity coach and a writing coach. And I would love to have like a 15-minute, half-hour phone call with y'all just for fun, just to get to know you better, and perhaps get some coaching. So, so those are some things I'm thinking about. Catherine, you're totally cool. Totally cool. Walking away and coming back, walking away and coming back is all good. I'm also experimenting with posting on the weekends. Some of you may be aware of that. Because there's this idea that on the weekends you don't get as much traction, and I'm really trying to grow my channel, so I'm trying different techniques. Okay, Catherine wants a phone call. We can do that. We can do that, Catherine. So be looking for that happening and be sending positive energy that'll get six more folks to follow, subscribe, hopefully watch, comment, do all that kind of thing, because that's where it really is all about. Oh my Canro, I will write you guys your haiku that I've written before. I will write those. I will pop them in a envelope, or better yet, I'll come deliver them. Wouldn't that be fun? Because Canro live even closer than Judith. Canro are like an hour and a half away. It is working posting on the weekend, Judith. I only have 3 weekends in a row that I've been posting on the weekends. It's really not a huge sample, but I'm going to keep trying it just to test it out. That would be really fun. That'd be so fun, and I'll write more. But what I really loved, that Friday morning live stream was probably my favorite live stream that I've ever done. Sharing haiku, reading haiku, creating haiku, was, Kay and Ro talking about how Ro was laughing so hard, and that's like that is like, I that's like chocolate cake for my soul. I'm trying not to eat chocolate cake. But, chocolate cake for the soul, knowing that what I create is bringing someone joy. That's so fantastic. Hello, Grant. So nice to see you. Hello, hello. We're hanging out on the porch here. Some of us are drinking coffee. Thrilled that you're here. So welcome to be here on a Friday morning. Yes, the haiku one was amazing. I love that one. But yeah, so we'll be when we get to the 900th subscriber, we'll have this celebration alive, not on Friday morning, but I'm not sure exactly when. Probably I'm hoping, I'm already like, well, I can do it on Tuesday. So if I get six more subscribers over the weekend, I could do it on Tuesday, I could do it on Wednesday. That'd be the most likely since I don't have lives on Tuesday and Wednesday. So it'll be a special live, a live party. And of course, if you can't be here live, the replays are fantastic. So I love Grant comes in and everybody's welcoming Grant and people are saying hello, which again makes my heart sing. Swan Tails, glad you're still here and thank you. Thank you for the congratulations. I would say congratulating me in advance. That's like fantastic. That's fantastic. Hey, Can Row. If you're still there. I had such a marvelous day yesterday. Oh my goodness. When I was doing what I was doing yesterday, which was, and I put it on my YouTube community page. So I, for the first time ever in my life, was out on a kayak yesterday. I was floating on the Delaware River. The last time that I floated on a Delaware River, I was probably like 12 years old. So I was floating on the Delaware River in a kayak, totally amazed to be doing so. And when I got to my lesson, which was right by Mount Tammany, so I was like, Can row, Mount Tammany, Appalachian Trail exit off Route 80. I said it correctly. Off Route 80. I was I saw I paddled by the bridge that goes from New Jersey to Pennsylvania. I was I mean, literally, I'm still here. I'm like much taller than my usual shortness. I don't know. Phenomenal day. You've tubed on the Delaware. Have you kayaked on the I've never kayaked in my life. And so I got to my lesson and I said to the teacher, "Okay, here's my goals. I'm greeting you. Hi, good to see you." And I'm touching the kayak. That's enough for me. If that's all I achieve, it's worth my money for this lesson. And he was just like, "No, we're going out in the water. Come on." And after we were out there for about a half an hour, I said how it's already exceeded my expectations. Hello, Rosani. It already exceeded my expectations half an hour out. And then it was about that time, the teacher's name was John. So if any of you remember, I never expect people to remember. John is the name of my brother directly, um, the brother directly next to me in the family line. These are my siblings' names. There will be a test. Jeff, Jim, Sue, Julie, John, and Joe. People usually say, Sue, how did that happen? Yes, we launched from Kittatinny Point. We launched from Kittatinny Point. Yesterday, I laughed and cried throughout the experience. But we were out there like for half an hour and we're talking and we're sitting in our kayaks. And I said to John, John, I thought we were still on the beach. Because although we had been paddling and intellectually I knew we weren't on the beach, it was just we were so steady. There was no, like, wobbly, there was no amazing. So, and I'm so happy that all of y'all are here to experience it with me. So, and if you go to my community post, you'll see an extremely goofy faced Julie and a really great person named John. And he and I had so many really great conversations out there about all the stuff we talk about on here. So it was really a great day. And what it also taught me is that the reason y'all didn't know that I was doing this is because I was so scared about doing it. And I wasn't sure if I would actually follow through. Okay, why Sue? We're back to my family name. So John is the brother. I'll finish with the John story. John is my brother directly below me. He had Down syndrome and he and I were tight. Um, I'm the fourth, so I'm the oldest of the little kids. And my older siblings, they like Sue is 2 years and 2 months older, but she's 3 grades ahead. So like I was 2 years old and she was off at school already. So it was John and me. And I was John's fiercest protector and advocate. And when he passed away, okay, Catherine, here comes a death story. I can't believe I'm sharing this. I'm warming up because I want to share about some of my death experiences, my near death experience. But when John died, and when he was sick before he died, I would get these inklings from him. So much so that one time I got inkling and I called my mom and said, "Mom, please call a hospital. Something's going on with John. Please call a and yeah, that was true. So when my brother died, my mom called me immediately and said, John just died. I needed to call you because I didn't want you to be afraid because she knew that I would tune in. I was driving with my kids on the way to take them to the movies. I pulled off into the gas station, the AM PM, 24th Street in Bakersfield. I literally took my phone. This is like all in one motion, it felt like. And I threw my phone down and I heard some weird animalistic sounds. And I put my hand up in the air and it was like my spirit flew out of me. And then it's like everything faded to black. I literally could not imagine life without John by my side. I could not imagine it at that point. And then after that, whether or not you believe in this stuff, it was like, nope, Julie, not your time. and I literally felt a force shove my spirit back into my body with an incredible force. And I would not necessarily believe the story, but Catherine was right next to me, my daughter. Well, she was next to me in the front seat of the car. And she said she was terrified that I was going to bang my head into the steering wheel super hard because, hello, boom. But again, the same force, boom, kept me safe. So John and I. So once I heard that John's name was John, this John teaching me how to maneuver kayak, I could not stop saying his name. I must have said John 27 times. I'd say, "John, I'm getting tired, John." He was like, "Okay." I don't think he said Julie once, but I said John with great glee over and over again. And when the lesson was over and I had fumbled my way out of the kayak, hilarious story, I'm not gonna tell it now. As I gracefully released myself from the kayak, um, I told him about John, my brother John, and I told him there's so many coincidences that this just feels absolutely perfect. All right, so why Sue? Okay, so Judith asked me, why is your sister named Sue? Thank you, Catherine. So, my parents were living in San Diego at the time when Sue was born. And my dad is super, well, he's no longer with us, but he was super handsome. My parents were both absolutely gorgeous. My mom was Miss Colorado College. My cousin was the Rose Queen. You know the Rose Parade in Pasadena? My cousin was the Rose Queen. Um, so my dad was very handsome. And this is not me just saying it. This is other people telling me stories from his like 20s and 30s. And this little girl down the street was named Susie. And little Susie kind of reminds me of little Julie because when I was little, I would flirt brazenly with grown men. It's amazing that bad things didn't happen to me. But Susie would come to the house to visit with Joe. That's my dad and my brother and my nephew and my grandfather. And so, but this was just my dad. So she would come visit Joe and she just loved him so much. So Susie, my sister Sue, and Susie was supposed to be their last child. If you heard me recite the names of my siblings, you will know that my parents failed birth control very much. So not only did they have Susie, then they had Julie, me, and then they had John, and then they had Joe. And then they shut the factory down. So there. Now you know much more about my family than you ever wanted to know or cared to know. Whoa. So anyway, time is of the essence, and it is now 9:03. The bells did not ring because for some reason the church bells are off kilter today, which is fun. And oh, that's my neighbors. I thought it was my friend from church. I'd like to say thank you all for being here. Thanks for hanging out with me. It is a pleasure to have you in my life. I'll be back on Friday mornings until the end of June. Then we're going on hiatus from this live, and be watching for a Tuesday or Wednesday live. Hopefully, I might be back here next week saying we don't have 900 yet, but I'm hoping we do. Catherine saying, have a great day. Judith saying, have a great day. Catherine saying she believes me, which I'm so grateful for. It was lovely sharing stories and spending this time with you. Um, enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. You are a blessing in my life. Have a fantastic weekend. We'll see you on the other side. Take good care.